This week officially marks the summer season. My son's birthday actually is on the first day of summer, which is June 20th, so I always know when it's coming. I hope your summer is off to a fantastic start where you're getting in the pool and being able to spend time with your family members. In this episode, we are going to be making some French country high-end farmhouse crafts using Dollar Tree supplies. Now come along and let's make something beautiful for our homes. Grab yourself a thin piece of craft wood from the craft section of the Dollar Tree and a piece of scrap fabric. And we are going to turn this into a high-end decor piece. I'm spritzing it down with my water spray bottle, and I'm going to add on paint on top of that wood being wet from the spray bottle. This is going to create a wood stain, and it's a much quicker way. I used to put the paint on a plate with water and mix it to create the stain, and then I realized using a spray bottle is even quicker, and you get a beautiful wood stain using just paint and water. Now I wanted it to be a little bit darker and less of a red look to it, so I added a couple dots of black with my brown, and that really finished the exact color I wanted. Once it was dry, you can see that wood grain coming through, and it doesn't have a thick paint consistency to it. It's more of a opaque versus a dark pigment. Now I'm going to move on to my piece of drop cloth scrap fabric. I'm using some washi tape to create a stenciled line, so that way I can bring in, with my dry brushing, a dark teal blue color. This is going to have a very French country summer feel to it. That's where we get that blue in there. You can see that I've done a thicker line, a thinner line, and I'm going to do one more thinner line on the opposite side of that thick line. I'm just adding on a couple more pieces of washi tape. I centered it right on that first stripe that I did, and I'm just putting the tape closer so it's a very thin pin stripe line. I dry brushed onto that as well. And when I mean dry brush, you don't want a lot of paint because it causes it to bleed. So you just do very little paint. Once it's dry, I'm adding 2 little drops of glue so I can hold it in place, flip over, and do the alter cuts that I need for the nice cleaned up look on the back. I'm gluing the sides all into place with my hot glue. Once that's all glued, we're going to flip it back over and start to put florals inside of our pocket. You can put inside your pocket whatever you want for any season. I'm going for a very summery look for this project, so I'm using a lot of greens and whites and just beautiful neutral colors for the summertime. I'm just gluing that into place and poking those flowers down in there. Now at this point we could stop, but I really wanted to add on some grommets. I'm going to use some of these push pins that I get from the stationery section at the Dollar Tree. I'm holding it with my needle nose pliers, and with my wire snips I'm going to cut off half of that pokey pin on the push pin. This is going to allow you to be able to push it into the wood and the fabric without it popping out on the other side and scratching your walls or poking somebody. And then I just hammer them all into place. In the end, we have a beautiful look on a Dollar Tree crafter's budget, and it looks so high-end French country. This project is so simple. I'm using one of these candle holders, one of these shiplap wood signs that I get from the craft section at the Dollar Tree, and the home section is where I get the candle stem holder from. And then I'm going to be using 2 of these skewer sticks. This is going to help us reinforce and bring this all together. Now I needed to patch these holes. I did not have any hole patch putty on me, so I'm going to just use my hot glue. I put some hot glue in. I let it dry for a second right before it starts to solidify and get hard again. I'm going to wipe it off very quickly, and that's going to help patch those holes. Now this is where we're going to help make sure this thing doesn't fall apart, because we are making a little tray. I'm going to use my drill, and I'm going to not go all the way through. Just very so lightly, I'm going to push down to drill a little bit of a hole. You can see on the front side that it didn't go through. And coming back around to the back side of our shiplap circle piece, I'm going to glue in the skewer stick into those holes. I'm going to cut them down so they're not too long. This is going to help lock in the top to the candle stem holder. Now where that candle would go, I'm going to fill that up with some hot glue, let it dry for I don't know, like a minute. I don't want it to get all the way hard. I just want it to be able to still be tacky enough to get this in there. I added some E6000 and some hot glue around the rim of the candle holder, and then I inserted that in there. And those skewer sticks are going to go into that glue and lock everything together. Now I let the glue dry for about 10-15 minutes, and then it was ready to paint. I'm going to paint it a black color for that French country look. And I'm just going to go all the way around, even onto the candle stem holder, because I wanted to make sure the consistency of the paint was the same. To give it that French country look, I'm going to rough up the sides ever so slightly. Not too much, but I'm going to really define that shiplap in there. I think it's so pretty when you can see those defined lines. Friends, this is the easiest project, and they sell these for so much at places like Kirkland and Home Goods. I'm basically making this for like $3, maybe even a little bit less, $2.50. And it has such a beautiful high-end finished look. I hope you'll give this one a try. For this project, I'm using 2 glass vases from the Dollar Tree and 2 different patterned paper napkins. My paper napkins, I always get them from Home Goods. They have the best selection of pattern paper napkins that you can work with. They're so fun. So many patterns, so many options, especially around different holidays. Now I'm going to take the napkins and I'm going to make sure, first of all, they can even wrap all the way around, because you want to make sure they fit. So I'm going to check both of them, making sure they're long enough. Once you know they're both going to wrap all the way around, you're good to start doing the Mod Podge process. Now, if we were to just put the napkins on, they would be too opaque. You would see straight through it. So I'm going to paint the glass white first, just a quick coat. Any paint will work. You can spray paint them too if you want to. And then on every one of these napkins, they always have a couple of layers of tissue on that pattern piece. So just pull those off, trim it down to the height that you're going to need for the jar. And this part is optional, but because I have a curved line on my glass, I'm going to snip down a few lines into the napkin, so that way I can go up that curve without having any issues with a lot of wrinkling. Mod Podge is already tricky enough when you're trying to get it to lay flat, and if you're trying to go over a curved edge, it can be a little bit trickier. So this is the reason why I like to do these snips. I recommend it. If you've ever done Mod Podging before, you'll know why I'm doing this. So I'm just going to do some snips, and then this is the tip when you're doing Mod Podging. You very lightly put on your Mod Podge for your decoupage project. And you're not going to want to use a lot, just very little. And you're going to tap, 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 and gently rub, because you can rip the tissue. And you're just going to take it a section at a time. You don't want to just put Mod Podge all over the whole thing, because it will wrinkle and it'll start to dry and you'll start to have problems. Really just take your time, one section here and there. You put down your glue, and I'm using my paintbrush, a nice thick bristle brush, and it helps me really lay down those pieces flat. Now you can see here on these curved edges, this is where this is a really great tip to be able to just snip those pieces, and it helps it lie flat. So you're just going to keep working that on there. Take your time. This is a very calm project to work on. Once you've got everything all glued into place, I really let my projects dry for probably about 30 minutes. Just set it aside in front of a fan, making sure everything dries nicely and it's hard to the touch. Once it's hard to the touch, you're ready to move on to the next part. I'm going to use my sandpaper on the edges, and I'm just going to sand away any of that extra. It's going to really clean it up and leave you with a nice finished edge. I did it on the bottom and on the top, and I'm not pushing too crazy hard, but hard enough that it's pulling away that tissue paper, and you'll have a nice clean finish. Now once that's done, you can stop there, but I really wanted to give it that French country look. So I'm going to create a paste type of a paint so it looks more like pottery with a pattern on it. So I'm using some cream ivory paint with some flour that you use in your kitchen. I'm going to mix it together to create a paste. This is going to create a pottery look on this glass vessel that we're using. Just mix that in where you can see that it's thick enough but not too thick that you can't spread it around on your jars. Now I am going with a thick coat all along the bottom and around the top rim. You do whatever feels right for you. This is the fun thing about crafting, is I'm just sharing some ideas and some techniques for you to try in your own craft rooms. But I just think this is so pretty, and they sell these vases for way too much money, and we're just using some glass vessels that we have on hand from the Dollar Tree. Now once that clay paint was all dry, I'm coming back in with some brown paint, and I'm just going to tap on very lightly around the rim. I'm going to add some cinnamon to create a little bit of that distressing on it that you would see on pottery that has actually gone through a kiln. And then once I've gotten that to a point of my desired look, I'm going to come back in and very lightly dry brush onto my pots. Friends, you can take this as far as you would like it, with a distressed look, with a minimal distressed look. You can just keep just the tissue paper look. I just wanted to show how you can keep going to your desired look. You can stop at any point or continue adding more detail to it. But in the end, they are so pretty, beautiful to put on a bookshelf or a mantle with some florals in it. I truly do feel that our homes are our own little slice of heaven here on earth, and depending how we treat them is how we set the mood and the tone in our homes. Obviously, we always want to speak with loving, kind words in our homes, but I also feel how we take care of them and tend to them really sets the mood. I'm a big believer in decorating our home to fit your personalities on a crafter's budget. So I hope you will give some of these ideas a try for your own homes. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. It always helps out my channel. And if you missed it, I'm going to link this video right here so you can check it out. This video came out just a couple days ago. I hope you go and watch this one as well if you had fun watching this one. Thanks so much for being here today, and until the next episode, bye friends.